Alright, let's talk about the march that I seen happen yesterday, where they shut down the Sydney Harbour Bridge, they waved their flags and they screamed their slogans. Now look, before I start, I don't condone anything happening in that part of the world. It has to stop. But let's break down some of the stuff I seen yesterday, because to me, it wasn't just some peaceful awareness campaign. Alright, the first thing up for review, well, that's the Taliban flag. The actual Taliban flag. Flying proudly in Sydney like it's a badge of honour. Now, let me tell you something about the Taliban. In my first few weeks of my deployment to Afghanistan in 2012, one of our partner US patrols was struck by a 13-year-old suicide bomber who was strapped with 15 kilos worth of explosives. Yep, 15 kilos worth. Blew him sky high. 3 soldiers got injured and 1 expat Aussie almost died. That's who the Taliban are. They use kids as weapons. And now some idiot is waving their flag in our streets. Then the next photo I seen is Iran's supreme leader holding an AK-47. Let's rewind for a second. Check these 2 photos out from Iran in 1960 compared to now. Back in the 60s they were free. They studied, they worked, they lived. And now, they're beaten for even showing their hair. And that's who they put on their placard for yesterday's march. If you think that's freedom, then you're completely lost. Then comes the cherry on top, Queers for Palestine. If this wasn't so moronically stupid, it would actually be funny. I mean, you may as well hold a sign up saying chickens for KFC, or cows for barbecues. In the Middle East, you wouldn't be holding that sign up. You'd be holding your breath as they chucked you off the rooftop. You don't need a sign, you need a reality check. And just when you think the circus couldn't get more absurd, yep, they burned the Australian flag in Melbourne. Let me break that down for you. You fled a broken country, you arrived here, got food, housing, freedom, Medicare and Centrelink. You were taken in by Australia. And your way of saying thanks? Let's burn the Australian flag. That's not a protest, that's an outright disgrace. And I bet you the Australian government will do nothing about it. And while we're on the topic of things worth marching for, what about the 5 million kids that are taken from their homes and trafficked globally every single year? Into sex slavery, into labour camps, or forced to become child soldiers in Africa? Where's the outrage for them? Where's the Harbour Bridge shutdown for them? Or for the issues right here in our own backyard? The child sexual abuse epidemic happening right now, the homelessness crisis, and the Aussie families choosing between food and rent. Oh, that's right, it's not trendy. What's your thoughts?